Hey, we always live Elvis.
Hey, Memphis Mafia kid, and
And Teresa.
and hey, y'all. Before we get started today, y'all, a lot of you have just spoiled me so bad with a lot of things and a lot of canes. And Sheila Heartless sent me this beautiful. I've never seen one like it. I hope y'all can see it. It's Elvis cane,
It's nice.
and
Oh, so sweet.
like I said, I love all my canes, but this is the very first Elvis cane. Uh, that I have ever seen, more or less owned, and thank you, Miss Sheila, and just thank all of y'all. Y'all are so good to us. It's just something else. And we got a couple quick birthdays and shout out. I want to give a shout out to Christina Smith. Our prayers are with y'all, girl. I got your message. And they're definitely with you. And Teresa, we got a couple.
Happy birthday, Wanda Wilson.
Wanda Wilson, happy birthday. Appreciate you watching.
And happy birthday to Joe. His birthday is the same day as mine, May 17th. Oh, Taurus.
I'm sorry, Joe, that you're
Stubborn.
Teresa Taurus, but no, y'all.
No, you're sorry. You're sorry. I'm
Hey, we hope everybody's having a good start to the week. It's midweek.
Yeah, just about.
We're getting there. Before we get into the questions, and I'll just give you a quick update. I'm rehabbing now.
You're out of your sling.
Yeah, it's not any fun at all. I'm gonna tell you, but
You're getting there.
but we're getting there. So with that, y'all, hey, let's get into some viewers' questions.
Okay, this one is from Barry Talent. Did you ever ride in the car with Elvis?
Many times. Like I said, Stutz, a limo. Yeah, I'm trying to think of what else. Several of the limos. And the Stutz. The Ferrari, I never rode with him. I rode with Daddy. And the Pantera, I rode with Daddy. I never rode with him. But yeah, several of them. I'm sitting there trying to think. Rode in his truck.
And he wants to know if what music was on the radio, if you remember.
Believe it or not, at the times it really wasn't the radio wasn't playing. Most of the time, Elvis was talking and we were carrying on things, so just really didn't. If the radio was on, it wasn't out up loud enough to
Really listen
to really know what was on there. So
Okay, T Hall 8095. Did you get to eat some good fried chicken at Graceland?
man, I'm talking. It's better than KFC, finger licking good. Yeah, they y'all, like I said, it's it's still hard for me to think about how close. I mean, it was actually like a restaurant. I mean, where you got whatever you ordered, fried chicken, steak, burgers, you know, soups, chilies. I mean, meatloaf. What else? Salisbury steak, gravy, and potatoes, and BLTs, of course, is one of my favorites, and French fries. But yeah, I mean, it was just, it always to me, like I said, and said it before, I would much rather have eaten out at Graceland than to go pretty much to any restaurant.
Oh, I can imagine. Yeri 17. In the last couple months of his life, did Elvis stay in his room most of the time?
He stayed in his. I don't know if I'd say he stayed in it a good bit. He did, do that, and he would have, people who he wanted up to his room. He come down sometimes, briefly and for a little while, but he stayed a lot up in his room during that time.
The people up there with him?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. Like I said, about the last Christmas, pretty much, everybody had gone, and he had his daddy Vernon, his fiance or girlfriend Sandy Miller, and Mama and Daddy upstairs, and us kids, Lisa, me, Rory, Laura, Joey, all had the rest of the the house to play and karaoke, and that's kind of the way the last Christmas went. But yeah, he just he was up a lot of times, but he was also just seemed to me, like I've talked about before, maybe just kind of more kind of laid back and not as into as much as he was in the earlier years.
I wasn't feeling good. Yeah. Okay, Lisa V. Did Lisa Marie have a nanny?
No, not really. I would say, I mean, if you want to call it a nanny, Aunt Delta pretty much, if you want to say in charge of Lisa, we've talked about that. I need to tell y'all some more stories about that because it was funny because they they would go back and forth with one another like you can't believe. But she pretty much, made sure Lisa was dressed, made sure she eat, made sure she got her showers and baths, made sure when she could to see that she tried to get a pretty decent bedtime. So,
well, tell one of the stories.
There was another young girl. She didn't really, though. A lot of people said named Maggie. Her job really wasn't to watch Lisa. She answered phones up there for a bit. But like I said, us kids, there was always some of the guys, security, people all over Graceland. So, we were watched over and especially Lisa and, fine. But I would say the closest thing to a nanny would have been at Delta.
I wonder if she had one in California with her mama. I don't know.
I'm sure she probably did. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm going to write
if you want to call it that.
I'm going to write down that on the next video you're going to tell one or two of the stories.
Well, you just write it on down.
I mean, just because you're wearing that shirt, Mr. Goat.
Oh, yeah, hey, y'all.
They can only see the top.
Oh, I do look good.
Stand up for a second.
I do look good in my tuner shirt.
I'll have to hide it. I think it goes to your head too much. Okay, Sheila Willis wants to know, how did the family find life after Elvis passed? I guess she means how you moved forward.
Yeah, and we've talked about it over times. There's that old saying, life's a bitch sometimes. And, you have your ups and downs. You have your heartaches. You have your sadness. You have your fun, your laughs. It's all part of life. We did that. I mean, that's the main reason that we left Graceland when we did is Mom and Daddy just couldn't stand it anymore, and really none of us could. We missed and didn't want to go, but it's a whole different world, and I'm thankful for that too, because you had to go on, and I watched my daddy, and I watched a lot of those other guys that was with us a long time, and they had to go into and find different jobs and go back to work. But if you're type and you love your family like you should, you pull together and you make things work, and that's what we did, and that's what we are still doing today. That's a great question.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Scully, did anybody ever plant a time capsule at Graceland?
All I can say is not that I'm aware of. When we were up there, no. Now, after Elvis passed away and Graceland, you was talking about it.
I know, I meant to look it up. And
it seemed like, so maybe if some of y'all know more, about that, like I said, we've been somewhat distant from Graceland. Like I told y'all, I hadn't been up there, I hadn't been inside since the 90s, and only been up, outside and to the wall and the gates and up around the gravesite just a very, very few times, since the passing of Elvis. So, but if somebody knows something, hey, let us know. That's a great question. How cool would that be, really, though, if somebody?
Well, yeah.
And still it wouldn't be too late.
If they're still around if there is one, and if they when
well,
they,
I probably ain't gonna.
I know that's what I'm saying.
I probably ain't gonna. Excuse me, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna try to say this name right. Alicia Auber. When you go to Graceland, does it bring back good memories or bad?
It brings back both.
Or sad, really, too.
Yes. There again, like the adapting to a new life and the change. At times, it just, I'll be honest, when the times that we've gone, and I know when I go, it's going, again, it's going to be the same as it always is. When I first get there, just getting up, just outside the gates and the wall, sometimes I start out just sad. I guess you could say, kind of gloomy and depressing. But sometimes I start out happy, and I get to thinking, and both of those kind of blend. As Teresa, we talked about it when the last time me and you walked up to the gravesite, which has been a while, and I was telling her some things we did. We had some laughs, and then it would get me, and I'd kind of freeze up and look at the front of Graceland, and it was almost like Elvis should have been coming out the front door, standing on the front porch, or looking up at his bedroom, and thinking, hey, is he looking at and him just not being there. So, I hope it makes sense. I mean, it's a strong of both, and it always will be. That's another great question. Y'all, we appreciate these questions, and if y'all got them, hey, y'all send them in.
Put them in the comments under any video.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Jason Holloway wants to know if you've ever met Riley.
I have not. But I hope to. I would love to. From what I see of Riley, I think she's got that Elvis blood or Elvis part in her, where she wants to do good things. She has a heart, I think, and I think she's going to end up, showing it. I'm looking at you, Teresa, to try to help me with some of these words sometimes, but I think she's going to do great things. I would love, even if it was just a 5-minute conversation. Like I said, she is my cousin, and before I left this earth, I would love to at least talk to her face to face, and love if she had any questions about her mother, when she was little and the things we did. I don't even know. She may watch the video, she may not, but I would love to tell her that, so she could carry some of that on. I'm sure she's got a lot from the other part of the life, but from the Graceland side and the things we did, I don't know of anybody that would have told her that. So I hope one day
too.
Yeah, one day that happens. So.
All right, last question is from April Diaz. Did Elvis's cook work nights too, or were there more than one cook?
Elvis had more than one cook, housekeepers, wonderful ladies. It's what I like to call them. Those ladies were the best of the best. Graceland was, immaculate at all times, no matter what. No matter what was going on, no matter what, whatever. Just like when, Elvis led Lisa in on her pony and it crapped in Graceland. Who do you think cleaned that up?
I wouldn't want that job.
But they didn't mind. They laughed. They loved Elvis. They had a relationship with him. But, there was more than one. Mary Jenkins usually cooked breakfast and sometimes into lunch. sometimes Lottie would get the late lunch, and always the dinner time. You know, Miss Pauline was, there. I don't know if she probably did some of the cooking at one time or another. They, shifted out just like everything else. They had to go on vacation, so they were all multi.
Do you know if there was always a cook in the kitchen though, even late at night? Do you know?
Oh yes,
There
yes,
was.
yeah.
So
There was
any time of day.
there was
or night.
always one of those ladies were there always
Yeah.
24/7.
Okay. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
what, I think that's what.
I used to get
wondering
tickled.
about.
I love Miss Pauline. We would laugh because we'd watch her, and she would actually
Not a,
almost be dozing on her feet. Poor woman, she doesn't. But like I said, those ladies. Oh my gosh, they loved us. They took care of us, and they loved what they did, and what they did was very much appreciated. It really was.
Yeah,
So.
good.
Y'all, like I said earlier, we appreciate all the questions. Hope you keep sending them in. We love each and every one of y'all. Y'all know that.
Yeah.
And just talked to Danielle, and another of the meet and greet sessions, Mom and Daddy, which me and Teresa are going to be there as always.
We'll be there.
Looking forward to it. Another one has sold out, so hey y'all, if you hadn't got your tickets, probably need to get them.
Contact Danielle.
If you've done it, like I said before, you know how much fun we have, and the laughs, and sometimes tears. Just we talk about whatever you want to talk about or find out or know about Elvis.
Yep.
Especially Mom and Daddy, and man, they've got a lot of knowledge, and I love to listen to them. I've heard a lot of them, but I could listen to them over and over and over my whole life. Let them sink in my head. So
we always have a good time.
yes. So
Always
we are
have a
going to
good
be there. Looking forward to that. That's going to be August 13th and 14th. That's a Tuesday and Wednesday. So, like I said, y'all try to get out there when you can. Also, keep Dakota in your prayers, and give him his well wishes. He has got a fight this coming Saturday night, the 11th, in Memphis. And we're going to be rooting him on as always. So,
Of course.
with that, y'all, hey,
Hey, be sure you like, subscribe, comment. That helps our algorithm.
yes, it
Helps
does.
us grow.
Yes, we
Yep.
don't. Yeah, and y'all, I mean, when we started this, like I've said, real quick, just never even dreamed or intended on this becoming what it did, and I'm so amazed and so proud that each and every one of you stand behind us and support us like you do.
Yeah.
So with that, y'all, we're going to get out of here. Oh, remember real quick too, and we'll talk about it some more. I'll let you know exactly where we're going to be here shortly. We got the June Fest coming up.
In Tupelo.
I think it's the 6th to the 9th. We'll let y'all know here very shortly where we're going to be, because we're going to be somewhere to see all of y'all. Y'all, hey, have a good weekend. We'll have another video coming out by the
Be
weekend.
safe in this bad weather coming.
Yes, and
Yeah,
watch out. We
definitely.
got a lot of tornadoes and stuff.
Yeah.
With that, y'all, hey, we're going to get out of here. And remember,
We
always live Elvis.